Chief Maroney made it clear that it's not going to be a lot of rain, but it is going to have an impact on the debris and could impact roads. So it's important for us to be cognizant of the fact that there may be an impact on roads, probably more so in the Palisades, but it will be equally impactful up in the Eaton area. And we are focused debris removal, but we are also focused on redirecting the water so that it does not impact properties, and telling people that if they live up close to a hillside that has burned, that we have public works engineers available to go out and do take a look at it to find out if it's been compromised. And if they don't want to use public works, they should have someone come out and take a look at that hillside, because with rain, even a small amount, it could impact and impact the property up against the hillside.
This is obviously, as mentioned, this is your district, District 5 for LA County Board of Supervisors. Are you safe? You and your family safe?
I am safe, but it's one of those things where I live close to Eaton, and I'm sure you all know people who have been impacted by the fire up in Altadena. I'm amazed at the tentacles of individuals that know or grew up, and so it's well. I mean, I'm watching friends who have nothing and are trying to figure out how we are going to rebuild. And that's why when I say the bureaucracy is going to get out of the way, I'm going to make sure if I have to camp out at the office that we're going to set up in Altadena, I will. Because at the end of the day, these individuals have a right to rebuild in a way that is going to not compromise health and safety, but we need to support them, and we need to get Altadena back.
As we launched into 2025, could you have ever imagined that Southern California would be in this situation, dealing with this kind of recovery?
No, and I think it's a wake-up call to us all. A wake-up call on several fronts. Number one, that we said it all year, that fire season is no longer a season; it is year-round. But it's also a wake-up call that that there are things that we need to do as it relates to emergency notification, and a sense of that it's not going to happen to me, but at the end of the day, it does. I mean, the silver lining on this very dark cloud is I've never seen more of an outpouring of support for a community. My where I take my dog, Dogtopia, had pallets of food dropped off from a company up north, and said, give it away to everybody that you can that needs it. You see people dropping off clothing. You saw Santa Anita open up their parking lot for people to come and donate, and for people impacted to come and pick up whatever they needed, a toothbrush. The basic needs that we take for granted, these individuals had none. And it's humbling for them, but it's also, it gives them hope, because I've talked to some of them, that in fact, the community does care.
Well, you care as well, and we can hear that in your tone, in your voice, in your demeanor tonight. LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger, Board Chair, thanks so much for taking the time out to call in. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you. And thank you for covering this.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to Matthew Seedorf on the ground. And oh my goodness, those flames look like they're encroaching on you.
Yeah, we walked a little bit closer off of Charlie Canyon Road, and right now, I mean, you can almost feel the heat. You can hear the popping and the crackling. It's ferocious climbing up that hillside right now, and it almost looks like firefighters in this area are just letting it burn in that direction. I believe that's to the south, due south, maybe southeast a little bit, but trying to make sure it doesn't cross this road that we're on. Just trying to watch it closely, but I mean, geez, you can just look at that. It's unbelievable. This line of fire up and down this hill, just pan up as far as you can see up that hill, and then just the thick smoke up there. But you can see it, I mean, it's spreading very quickly, and you just, right when it hits another branch or a tree, it just erupts in a big fireball of flames again. And it's just unbelievable. I do see some helicopters over here. Looks like they're just monitoring it at this point, but again, just letting it grow and push to the south. definitely concerning situation. I want to pause for a second, and maybe you can hear the crackling and the popping of this fire. Yeah, it is ripping and roaring up this hillside right now. Very ferocious. It's almost like it's angry going up this hill. Go ahead and send it back to you.
Well, you've covered all of these fires for us this month. It's always jarring when you're right there up close and you can hear the sounds, you can hear the wind, you can hear the popping. All right, Matthew Cedar, thank you so much for hanging out there in Castaic as we continue to watch these flames burn. Give you some numbers here. They have changed the acreage from 9,400 to 9,200, dropping down just about 200 acres burned. Still, a lot of our friends and family out of their homes, evacuated 50,000 people under evacuation orders or warnings. And again, Marla, I emphasize this. They've done a great job here. No structures burned.
That is the best news that we've heard, and also from LA County Fire Chief Maroney, who says that they are getting an upper hand on the flames. Great news there. For schools, tomorrow, the Castaic Union School District, they will be closed on Thursday. And then, as we've heard from STAR, the red flag conditions continue through Friday, 10 a.m., with the peak gusts expected on your Thursday. So more to come. Other good news that we learned tonight at 5 o'clock was from LA County Sheriff Robert Luna, who said that they were going to be reopening the Interstate 5, and he explained why they decided to do that.
Working with our partners at the California Highway Patrol, we needed an egress for emergency vehicles coming through the 5 freeway corridor. I believe that we've gotten a lot of the equipment that we need here for the rest of the evening. Obviously, that could change, that could be modified. So we want to give the 5 back to our community so they can get through here as safely and as efficiently as they possibly can.
And is there anything on the way of Interstate 5 that puts those drivers at risk at all, or are you concerned at all about what the traffic will look like?
Always concerned about hazards coming in and out, north and south. As far as I know now, we don't see any hazards, but the winds are what they are. I'm not a fire expert, but we listen to our fire experts. And if the wind fire behavior does whatever it does, and if at any time we believe that our community may be in peril because of that wind or fire behavior, we'll close it again. I say we'll close it again. It's our partners at the California Highway Patrol who usually do that, and they do an excellent job at that.
Well, there you have it. That news, the 5 freeway was to reopen tonight after being closed to traffic in 2 different spots there, northbound and southbound there. So that's welcome news for anybody who lives in the area, but also for anybody trying to get through the area. We know the 5 is a major route to connect Southern California and Northern California. As I've mentioned, that's my route to Fresno and San Francisco. So it's a major route for commerce and those big rigs as well. All right, so we have that banner that tells you right now they're still fighting the fire from the sky there with those 6 night helicopters. But again, Marla, back to the 5 freeway there. Welcome news as open.
Yeah, great news. Let's check in on the ground with